Everybody, Brandon here with ADHD Game Dev. So I am chilling out. We are working on stuff. This is the secret live stream, and I'm going to be working on a video game. If you're watching this live, hey, welcome. Secret live stream because it's kind of unannounced. I'm not really trying to put on a show per se. So I am just chilling and you're hanging out to see what I'm doing if you're interested in just dropping in and eavesdropping. So this is more of a hangout, looking over my shoulder. If you're watching this in post, might not be the best content in the world. I apologize in advance, unless you want to get kind of an authentic look behind the curtain. I'm chilling out. I got chips. I got drinks. Don't know how long I'm going to be doing this, but I'll be just. This is what I'm doing. Also, I need to turn on my Super Nintendo, don't I? People ask me how I got a Super Nintendo up on the screen, and it's easy. You have an old Super Nintendo. Oh yeah, this is an old Super Nintendo. That's right. This game is so unstable. Seriously, I'm like, don't even touch it. I want to put on music, but I don't know if it'll come through. I hope it doesn't come through because then YouTube will feel like, how dare you listen to music? You're the worst person in the world. Cool. I'll take a chance, I guess. I'm going to take a chance. No, I'm not. I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube just because I want to listen to music. All right, cool. What are we doing? Desktop. Boom. All right, awesome. So, sure. Let's see. I did a thing. This was a nuisance, but I got it in here. Twig sitting in an idle pose. I got this in from Mixamo, and then I had to make some adjustments to everything. God dang it, I still messed it up, didn't I? Shoot, do I want to fix that now or later? I feel like I'm going to have to re-import this whole thing again in the future, so maybe I'll just deal with it right now. I probably did it wrong trying to get him added in, but I wound up having to make a new GLB of it. My structure of it right now is that I've got the player Twig's GLB file. Yeah, he's supposed to be in here as kind of a nested asset, but okay, that's fine. Carrying on. I did get him working, but in doing all this, I had to add back in the animation player and the animation tree, and I screwed everything up, and I had to remap where it went because they're all kind of these dependencies on one another. So, what warning? Editing warning? I got warnings. Okay, I am too new to Godot to really understand what all that means, and so I think that probably the best thing to do is to, just to ignore it all. Huh. That's not good. Whoop, there he is. Wait a minute. Oh, I remember now. Oh. Okay, the other thing that was acting bad was the collision shape wasn't showing up, and I don't know why. This is probably something in my view settings. View gizmos? I did it. You guys, you have no idea. Usually doing something like that, I'd be all like, oh, God, this is going to take me a while to figure out. But I just did it. Okay, oops. I also feel like it gets really ticked off if you change these colliders. And I don't know. don't know how to do it correctly. Because it's supposed to be a capsule shape. I would really like it to stretch vertically. Oh, I bet I can do it. Oh, okay. I could do it here. I can't just... All right, I'm figuring things out. I can't just hit scale. If I just hit scale, that's when it goofs up. All right, we're good. We're going to turn this back on. I'm going to save this. We got everything figured out, guys. We got everything figured out, you guys. I'm going to mute the microphone so we don't crunch chips in your ear. What else we got going on here? I can open up Blender. Whoop, hi. Hello. I can open up Blender. Boop. Okay, good. Awesome. We're working. Good. All right, I did... What the heck did I just... That's not... What am I hitting? Oh, man. You know... Oh, crap. Sometimes... Oh, dear. What did I do? Man. Well, that stinks. Let's go back up there and find out if anything else is broken or if it's just that rock. Sometimes you work on things and then in the middle of it, you just got everything broken. What the? Hold on, please. Oh, that's... I have the word minimize up on my screen. It's on my left screen, though. Okay, that's fine. Am I clipping through rocks? No. Okay, so I don't know what the heck I was clipping through that one for. We're not clipping through the ground here either. I'm going to go run into this one as an actual object. The other violet leaves up here aren't real objects. They're grass objects that are part of the terrain 3D. Oh, that one must be real. I put a couple of real ones in there where you might actually bump into them, but the other ones are part of the terrain 3D, and they're just kind of a grass type element. The terrain 3D grass and foliage lets you just go right through all of the foliage. In the simple grass, simple grass add-on, if you choose to make it interactive, you can bump into it. But the terrain 3D doesn't do that. Now, if you use proton scatter, you can put assets all around. Okay, well, you know what? I am gonna... Every bloody time I get on here, I say I'm gonna fix that, and I haven't done it because I'm working on other stuff. All right, let's do boo. Let's go to the player. All right, thank you. Thank you. I just had to check to see if my microphone was on. I was thinking, did I even turn it back on? Okay, I need to add a variable that's going to be is sitting, I think. Is running, toggle run if input is running. What do I have is running in here? This is, there we go. Okay. I, I don't know what I'm doing, so I just make crap up, you guys. Okay, I wrote this in here though. I give the jump cut, so you could do cut the jump speed if you let go, so it gives me a variable jump height. You have no idea how much trouble I went through trying to get that to work on Unity. I could not, for the life of me, figure it out. I could not get that working, but I come in here and I'm like, oh, I can do that. Lerp value, slurp. I want to add in. I want to add in. I know what I'm doing. I want to add in a button so that I can sit down. Now, you might think, why are you messing around with stuff like letting your character sit down? But it's actually important to me because this game you're supposed to hang out and be in the environment. So I want to add that. We'll call it sit button. This I am so slow at this program. It's pathetic. What did I call that? I want to make sure to get in the same syntax as everything else. Quit game. We'll just call it, okay. We'll just do that then. Sit. Okay, sit. I want to add in. Cute. Okay. Close. Okay. This is, I didn't even mean to get into this, but I guess I'm getting into it. You guys are going to see what a rubbish coder I am if I keep doing this. I don't know what I'm doing in GDScript. I have not really written much of anything in GDScript. I'm just using stuff that I've gotten, or even with the ChatGPT to help me. But I wind up having to edit that a lot. But when I get into something that's pretty good, like the third-person controller, yeah, they've already written a ton of stuff. I can kind of understand what they're doing. That's progress. So if you're trying to learn how to do anything, writing code or anything else that you don't know how to do, you don't have to be able to read it, to write it all, but just being able to kind of read it and start to understand it is a good thing. Okay, that's fine. Animation better. So right now I want to find out. Yeah, okay. I want to figure out how to input buttons and things. Now I've got my own. Let me see if I can find this. I've got a kind of a cheat sheet that I use. Dude, I know I had this saved. Man, this all comes from setting up new computers. There it is. I'm on my left screen. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. I've got this. This is my Godot quick reference guide. So I would start to just add and edit stuff on here as I get it and things that are useful to me. Also trying to translate things in GameMaker over to Godot. If I were writing a Godot, I would know, if keyboard check pressed VKA or whatever I want to do. But over here in Godot, this is where I'm like, I do not know what I'm doing. I just don't. But what I can do is take some of the code that has already been previously written and then just modify it. So right now I've got a toggle button for toggling run on and off. That's fine. Okay, cool. I'm trying to think right now how much of this I want to copy over. And I called this is sitting equals not is. This is actually clever. I like the way this is written. You do. I didn't remember if I wrote it or if I got help with it. Is running equals not is running, or opposite of is running, so it just that toggles it back and forth. Input if action is pressed is sitting equals not is sitting. Okay, so now, okay, I don't know how to. You guys, I don't know how to activate the animation tree. I know it's in here, okay? It's in here. And then there's the animation player. I got it. We got it. Oh, man. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Okay, so the animation player is functional. I just want him to be able to go into a sit pose. Yeah, sitting idle. So he's got running, and running works. That's great. I might want to change his walking speed at some point. Actually, we can go look at that. We'll save that. I need that grass collider on there. I hate that I see the stupid capsule, and I tried hiding it, and if you actually hide it, it doesn't work at all. I even tried giving it an invisible texture, and it didn't do anything. All right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is try to figure out how in the world I'm going to connect the animation player up to is sitting. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to be looking through my own code to see how I access that animation player to begin with. Now, a lot of what you might do if you're working on something is that if you've been out of it for a minute, it's going to take you a second to acclimate to it. So that's what I'm going to do here is that I haven't actually been writing any code in a hot minute. I've been doing a lot of terrain type stuff. So now I'm sort of having to reacclimate myself to this code. Again, warnings and apologies if you're not watching live or you don't want to just do a hangout. It's probably not very entertaining. This is what you actually do working on stuff. If I was faster and knew what I was doing in Godot, I would be off to the races here. But I don't, and I'm not. So. Okay, so what this is doing right here is this is getting a connection to all of the things that are in the player scene, which is the visuals and everything. So that's just a connection. It's kind of cool. I like that about Godot. The way it does that is so easy. Doing this in Unity is such a nuisance because you have to go back and forth between the editor and Unity and GameMaker. It's different. This is our physics process, and this is just moving based on inputs. Okay, that's fine. Toggle run, velocity, move direction. Now there's going to be something in here to respond to the animation. Yeah, there we go. Animate delta if is on floor animator set. There it is. Okay. 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 Wait. What? If is on floor. If is on floor. Okay, that means that we're touching the ground, right? That means that we're touching the ground. Is jumping equals is on floor and if action is pressed. Jump. Jump code. Just landed equals is on floor. What does that mean? Returns true if the body collided with the floor on the last call of move and slide. Move and slide is a weird catch-all, but I like it. It's just it's a weird thing to say, move and slide. All right. We're going to do is on floor. Let's see. Animator set if is on floor. So none of, oh, okay. So all of this runs if you're on the floor. And if you're not on the floor, then go ahead and run the air command. This, by the way, is where I want to run a slight delay to it, but I can't write that without help. Animator set parameters. Speed of run speed, else velocity. Oh, that's cool. Velocity. Is this changing the speed of the run animation? All right, let me. Oh, I forgot you got to do colons. You guys, I don't know. Oh, help me. All right. Meter dot set. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, hold please. Animator set. This is where I don't know what I'm doing. Animator set. Is that the... Whoop, don't do that. Don't do that. Is that the animation tree? This is me just learning stuff here. You know, a smart person would never in all of their life even dream of adding what I'm doing right now to a live stream and show you how stupid I am. But I just bumbled into an area that I'm very much not good at. And this is a bunch of stuff that I really don't know. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to go to my other screen. I have to ask ChatGPT to help me with it because that's just how it is and that's just what we're doing. So. And my animation player is called I'm going to go ahead and take what Okay, I was so flipping close to that, guys. Look how close I was. I had animator set parameter state request. I would, oh my gosh, I was so close to that. You know, sometimes I feel really stupid because I don't really know what I'm doing. And then afterwards, maybe I think that I'm being too hard on myself. What did I do? There we go. Okay. Wait, if I hit Q, okay, he won't animate because technically that's the sitting pose. Okay, I think the problem is that I don't have that as part of the animation tree. It'd be awesome if I could just focus on things and people not text me and call me all the time. All right, so we're gonna hold on that for a minute. I gotta figure out how to add. Well, that's actually whoops, that's actually progress. What did I do? What did I do? Here we go. That's progress. I just got to figure out how to add this sitting animation into the rest of it, because I want him to be able to transition, blend 3. This is part of the third-person controller. This is part of the trouble about getting controllers and things like that, is you don't necessarily understand them all. So a smart Brandon would go and code all this stuff myself, but it would really take forever to do it myself. So it is this balancing act between, okay, does it make sense for me to, code everything so that I understand it, or is it better to get some assets and then keep moving quickly? It really is a trade-off. It really is a trade-off. Okay, so I want to take in the animation system into that. I'm going to have to study up on this. I think I understand what's going on here, and it's not that big of a deal. But I have to do a blend into each of these. And I need to figure out which ones I want to connect on. Because I don't want you to be able to go to sitting animation from running or anything like that. Like, can you do that? No, because I'm not that lucky. What are we doing? A blend from the animation of idle, walking, and running. Idle, walking, and running. Oh, okay. All this stuff does, if grounded, you can go to all that. That's fine. I'm not used to this, so I don't know what it does. I should probably stop giving myself a hard time. Blend 2. I want to blend in from idle and sitting is what I want to do. Blend in idle, blend in sitting, blend in that. That should let me go from... I'd love to be able to see what I'm doing. I'd love to be able to see what I'm doing. I don't know. There's where it gets frustrating about not knowing what you're doing, which I really don't. Oh my God. But, my point being in all of this shenanigans is that even though I don't really know what I'm doing, you just saw me just sort of bumble through not knowing what I'm doing. That's what I always say on my streams about it. But even though I don't know what I'm doing, I was able to get something to happen. I just added in, I didn't need to get, and look, I know some of you are going to hate that I use an AI tool to help me on stuff, but I was so close even without that. Okay, something happened. He's in the walk state. But even without that, I was so close to being able to get it right, even without help. So I don't know. Maybe it's a crutch I don't need. It is nice to be able to ask questions of an AI tool, because I don't have anybody here helping me. And so I can either do 5,000 tutorials, or I can keep working on things and ask questions where I need them. Blend in. Minus blend in. Blend in. What is it blending in? It's blending. This one was. It was going idle, walking, and running. Idle, walking, running. So now I'm doing... Is that not what I want? Do I want a transition? I have a choice here. I can either come back to this later, but I already said I'm not doing this. I'm just hanging out right now. So a lot of what I'm doing right now is hemming and hawing, because I'm trying to make sure that you guys are finding something interesting on this stream. But I already warned you. I already warned you all. Not a state machine. Add sitting into your blend tree. Yes, I do want to blend into sitting. Thank you. Yeah. What? I don't understand that answer. The internet is telling me things that I don't understand. Okay. Let's go do something else for a minute, and I can't be on here for a ton of time, but you'll find that this is what I'm actually doing. I'm gonna turn gizmos off again. I already did. Okay, I'm confused. Oh, there it went. So I'm showing you what I actually am doing when I'm working on projects. We're going to go to an unshaded view. We're going to go to, where is my terrain 3D? What I want to do, whoa. Hi, hello. Yes, please, make a giant. Let's go to screen. I'm going to do some terrain raising and lowering. I just remembered last time, if you were on my previous live stream, I was having a hard time. This Terrain 3D tool kept crashing, and it was because I had added in bushes into the foliage, and then I deleted them, but it didn't actually delete them. It still had placeholder bushes out there in the universe, and I had to go and add back in placeholder meshes again, and then go and erase them, and then I could delete them. It was a couple of steps, but anyway. What I want to do over here is I want to make this terrain go down somehow. Let's go to, where's my gray box area? I did not. I wouldn't have done that. Would I have done that? Brandon, what did you do? If you double crossed me, so help me. Level zone 1 template. What did you do? Oh, okay. Okay. This is called zone 1. Okay, so this is not zone 1. Ignore that name. Okay, technically what I'm doing is I'm working over in this area. That's what I've been working in. So in this overview of everything is that space there. I want to come over and sketch out this space. So you would come around down off that rock in the back and then come down and around. And I have something there blocked out. This does not need to be called template anymore. I'm going to call that something else in the scene. Okay, so from that gray box, what you do is you would come down from over here somewhere, maybe the fallen tree. I don't want to come down the fallen tree, I don't think. Do I? Not really. I don't know. I think the fallen tree is kind of a separator of the two areas. So you come into this area, you work your way through it, pick up whatever is going to be in this space, probably some sort of a marker. And we come up around, and then you go down here, and we're going to go down. Okay, that makes sense. Something about this. I know what I should do. This is going to be zone 2. We're going to add in a node 3D. And did that just go up under the... Come on now. Nope. Bad program. There we go. This is going to be called Zone 2 because why not? Excellent. And now I'm going to add in a... I remember CSG because it sounds like Counter-Strike Go. Where did they go? Oh, hi. Whoop, hi. Okay, that's fine. What? What? Okay. Why are you a cylinder? Why are you a cylinder? That makes no sense. Okay. All right. I don't understand, but at least I'm not getting a ticket. What are we doing? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make this. I'm not sure what this is gonna be. Oh, I know what I was thinking about. I know what I'm thinking about. I'm gonna show you guys this. Let me go get another tab here. I'll show you what I was thinking about. I'm on my other screen. Give me 1 second here. Here's what I'm thinking about. What if, this is like, my son had an idea for this. Like, what if I have a cave system and it is like in a wolf skull? Would that be too weird? 244. Oh my gosh, that is a lot. That is a lot. Oh, he's not offering that one anyway. Does anybody offer this? Downloadable skulls, preferably without 5 billion. I'm also going to take this and make it kind of stylized. These look a little bit scary. For visualization, do you allow me to download it? 26,000. No AI, don't use it for data. Wolf's kind of sketch fab. Trying to find out. You know, that said downloadable, but they don't let me download. Am I not logged in? I don't know. Let's go ahead. let me go ahead and I'm logging in on my other screen, so terribly exciting for everybody watching this. No, Sketchfab just lied. I can't believe they lied to me. I said if it's downloadable, I mean, they're not even going to offer to sell it to me? Okay. Okay. Okay, there. See, that was downloadable. Wolf skull. Downloadable. Find one I like, and we'll make sure to see whoever it is that's posting that. We'll make sure we're seeing their name out here. That's what we want, right? Some of these are like a 3D scan, and they wind up way too complicated. But what we'll do is, if I do find something that I like, I will bring it into Blender, and after I get that, I will go ahead and do like a decimate modifier on it to reduce the amount of polygons on it. I'll probably also simplify a texture on it, because I don't need something to be, really complex. It just needs to be basically kind of a bone white type thing, obviously, or mossy. That was the other thing I messed around with. You see, this one's downloadable. That looks like this looks like a photo scan to me, and they wind up too difficult to work with. The edges get all ragged. Okay, that's fine. I get. Okay, whatever. We'll have to get back to this. Okay. I wish I could find something that was not a photo scan. And maybe I'll wind up having to trace it or something. But we do want to make sure to, if they make it available for Creative Commons 0 or for credit or anything, then that'll be right up my alley. But I guess I might be asking for too much for some friends over at Sketchfab to be sharing something that's complicated. Obviously, I'm asking for too much, that if I say downloadable, that it actually finds things that are downloadable, and it's fine if they don't want to make them downloadable. That's cool. But Sketchfab, you could at least have the files correct. All right, cool. All right. So we'll get back to that. Awesome. Other thing I was messing with in here, for those of you keeping score at home, was the moss thing on this. Somebody had to stop me eventually because I was spending way too much time on that. Oh, that reminds me. I probably messed this up, is probably what I did. I probably messed this up. I want to go, that rock over there that I was having a hard time with. What the heck, man? Few gizmos? What? Huh. What? Is that the... On the other hand, at least I'm moving around, right? I'm able to click through things and it's not a complete catastrophe. So I don't understand why I was not bumping into things. Well, I was messing up on bumping into things, but that's all right. If I take a rock, boom, boom, not the GLB. So I did learn, you guys, I'm not completely stupid, right? Here's the proof. I did learn that the way to go about this was to make sure that you get your GLB files and drop it into a scene. And especially what I like to do is if I get a 3D node as a top level on the scene. Right now, the GLB itself is the top level. I don't know how to update that, but that's okay. That's okay. But we can go ahead and drop in. Holy cow. I wish. Yeah, let's grab that. Boop. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. I am, just for giggles, and we're going to wrap up here in just a second, everybody. Just for giggles, I'm going to drop in a new rock into this scene, and I'm just going to run across it and see if we're hitting it, because I think there's a problem with the collisions on that other one over there, but that's all right. So, progress that we're doing right now is I'm getting in, I did get the sitting animation added through the Blender animation pose library, and I exported that with the GLB files. Okay, and we were able to re-import that and get it into the animation player. That was not as straightforward as I thought it should be. And what I wound up doing is to just make a new object, a new scene out of it, and then copy it out. And yeah, that was okay. See, this is fine. Something about rotating it messed it all up, didn't it? Yeah, because this is obviously not fine. Okay, golly. I'm going to get mad about that. I'm going to have to fix it. This is why I'm going to wind up having to code my own controller. Let's see what happens if I do that. I don't think there's anything in Godot that would do this, but I do know that if I was in Blender universe, I would have to apply my transforms. But we don't do that in Godot. We don't do that in Godot, do we? All right. Here we go. All right, so I rotated that rock. Let's see what happens. Boop. It's okay. I don't get it either, kids. I don't get it. You don't get it. I don't get it. This one is just he's just crazy over there. What about this one's crazy too? Oh my. We're falling through the world. Huh. What? Oh, I was like, wait a minute. I thought I was working. No, that was the one I just, I messed something up, obviously, when I placed that rock in there. It's been perfectly fine the whole time, but no, it's not. I think the way around this glitchiness that I'm getting on these is to maybe add a slight delay. That might be the way to go, because in the code, it just goes from one to the other. All right. Well, my feet are passing through this rock. You know what? I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think that maybe the collision mask is wrong on this. Okay. Anyway, so this is what we're up to. I want to be able to make a little bit of faster progress and things. I haven't gotten to that yet, to the point that I want to, but, and it's a big but, I am making some progress. It's not a complete waste of time here. So I'm going to start opening up another zone over here, and we can start talking about the gameplay that's going to be involved here. But this kind of gets into the reason I was spending so much time on trying to get, like, a sitting animation or something like that to work is because I need to be able to code in more behaviors. That has been intimidating the heck out of me. Don't know why. Anytime I don't particularly feel confident and don't know what I'm doing, rather than allowing myself to learn and keep going, oh, you're probably as bad as me. I'll bet you're as bad as me. I just love to get into the self-criticizing mode instead, and that's no good. So I probably feel more awkward about it since I'm on the stream right now, and I will go ahead and work on this by myself, and I will feel a little bit more confident about trying to search out answers and make a lot of mistakes. But I did want to get on stream here and just hang out, just so that you can see how I actually work on things. When I'm not trying to stream and talk to people, I do a little bit faster and a little bit more confidently than all of this. But all of this is to kind of be a little bit more open with you, because I think that sometimes people feel like if they're not doing everything exactly, if they're not getting everything really quickly and they're not feeling confident about what they're doing, it can be really easy to just get down on your own case and to not make the kind of progress that you could. And probably, you're holding your own self back a lot of times by your self-doubt. And I want to encourage you. It may be kind of weird. I don't know how people see me in videos, but you can, hey there, you can get to a point where you're just seeing people's highlight reel of life, and that's not actual reality. So don't get the idea that I just roll out here and just kind of pick up things really quickly. I don't. I bash my head against the wall. I feel really stupid about things. I have to ask the internet for help, and then I don't understand the answers, and it gets really frustrating. And then it's a whole lot of trial and error before I can finally get it right. And even then, I still have issues where things aren't working out exactly as completely as I might like them to. So it's still a learning process for everybody. Like the other day, I just scrolled across this. I didn't even know what I was doing, and I just scrolled across and saw all these patterns and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, there's patterns in this? It's like, yeah, there's patterns. Did you even read them? Did you even read any of the release notes? No, I did not. I don't think I could if I wanted to. So anyway, awesome sauce. Well, what we're going to do here, and I keep saying I'm about to wrap up, probably because I am about to wrap up. We're going to raise some terrain here because this is going to be the far edge of the map. I don't want to go beyond this, so I know that much about it. So we're going to stop over here in this section of the map. And I'm using this terrain brush. The important thing is to move quickly and to be able to mock things up fast. I don't have to have it all, perfectly sorted right now. In fact, it would be a bad idea to get in here and try to get everything perfectly sorted and detailed. You really do want to be able to just sketch quickly, and yeah. So I'm getting a few tools together, and that's part of what I've been doing about spending what may seem like way too much time messing around with individual assets and things. But what I'm actually doing is putting together a whole tool set that I can reach for. I'm also distracting myself and wasting time instead of doing stuff that are harder and makes me feel stupid. So if I feel intimidated by things like trying to add in new character abilities, like something as simple as a sitting animation, I want to do more complicated things and add in a lot more gameplay to it. So I have to be able to get on top of something as simple as letting the character sit down before I could go in there and have him pick up items or swing a rope or anything like that. So yeah. So it's in a sense it's a way to not do something that's going to be hard, but in another sense, it is also about figuring out the steps that are going to be involved before I start working on it. But anyway, there we go. That's my spiel. The other thing I'm going to do is we're going to add in a array, not an array, an area 3D. An area 3D to the water so that we can get some collision detection on the player, because I don't want the player to be able to cross water. So we will fix that. But that has the dependency of I need to have a death and restart kind of a system, right? So the more you dig into things, the more you start to realize how it all depends on one another. This is going to be some kind of a cave in here, I think. I want you to come in here and collect an ability. That's the idea. So, yeah. That's cool, I guess. All right. Awesome sauce. All right, y'all. Hey, we're going to call it a day here. I'm sure there's more that we could do. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of patience, and everything is progress, not perfection, as I talked about previously. If you've subscribed already, I appreciate you for doing that. If you did not subscribe, I don't know, maybe you have life problems that are just like, you got bigger issues, and just I wish I could help you. Maybe you need me to be there as a warm hug and to tell you it's okay if you subscribe. It's okay. I won't bite. I'm kidding with you. But anyway, I hope that you will have a great day today. Thank you for hanging out. We'll do some streaming again in the future just to chill out. But I hope that you will be awesome today. Okay, bye everybody.